So when I went to America, I realized that there are absolutely no fruit trees. Went to America, I realized that there are absolutely no fruit trees, especially in the place that I was. There are no fruit trees. This was so mind-blowing because coming from Uganda, there are fruit trees everywhere on the street, in the homes. We have full-on gardens growing in the back of our yards. And let me show you guys. I am currently walking in a full-on garden with pomegranates, plantains, and oranges, pomegranates, pumpkin right here growing. These are all banana trees, plantain. Here's one right here growing. There's soursop, there's lemons. There are so many things, papayas in this garden, and it's all in one yard. This garden could feed so many people, but in America, like, this would be something unusual. Like, you would never find a garden this big in a residential neighborhood. I've always wondered what it's all about. Like, why were there no fruit trees in the neighborhoods, on the streets? And I made a video about this, which went absolutely viral. And something that my people told me, it's because of capitalism. Companies won't make money because everyone's growing fruit in their yard. That makes sense, but it also keeps me on the other side of capitalism. Here capitalism has kind of united people instead of separated them, which is not the same case in America, which was a very interesting concept, because in America, capitalism basically like isolated people and kept them from, oh, I can share this with my neighbor, to, oh, I can own this for my own and my neighbor can have their own. Well, in Uganda, like, that's a different case. It's like we all share, and you can use it, I can use it, everyone can use it type of situation. Another thing that I noticed while I was in America is houses don't have fences around them, and I mean something like this. You see, that's like a walled fence. Let me give you guys a clear view of this, how a fence looks like, not that picket fence of yours that you say. Something like this, a full-on fence. Like, no one can like kick this down, it's in there. In America, I would drive by mansions, like huge nice houses, and no fence, absolutely nothing. They're just out in the open. In Uganda, if that was the case, oh my gosh, you would move out before you have completely settled in, because you would just be inviting robbers to like just come in and take whatever they want every single day. So that was very shocking to see something like that. I was amazed, honestly. I really was. So this is the yard where my parents are staying, and as you can see, like, there's a garden, there is of course a mango tree, lots of fruit in here. There's another mango tree down there, and it's season, and this is what the house looks like. It's a very beautiful house. Here is my friend's yard. It is ginormous. There's a full-on garden going on here, and this is something that's common in Uganda. A lot of houses have gardens in their backyard, and they have fences. They have fences going around them. That's for security reasons and just a little bit of privacy. Of course, not all homes and compounds look like this. When you go to villages, there are massive gardens in their backyard. That literally the houses are just surrounded with gardens, and they have more yard space. Also, fun fact, most of the food that the country eats comes from the villages because they have more farming land. But if you go closer to town and development cities, there are more apartments, so not very much of a yard space, but some residential homes do have yard spaces. And of course, as always, they have fences. We have fences around everything, and our hotels, banks, bars, literally almost anything you can think of, there's a fence around it, and it's always in the budget. Which was something very interesting in America, because America does not have fences around their homes. Not very much of a yard space, honestly, in most city homes, town homes, except maybe in the country. And here is another friend's house. Wow, this friend has a beautiful yard. It's big. This friend does not really have much of a garden going on, but that's okay because his house is pretty. And I love it here. This is only a small picture of what houses look like and how yards look like. But on a large scale, yards are usually huge. Houses that are well built, beautiful houses with fences usually have a ginormous yards. So yeah.